Clash of Cultures. As you guys can see, today we're going to be previewing the Tulane versus Ole Miss Week 2 matchup. One of the bigger games in Week 2 outside of Alabama, Texas. Going to be one hell of a matchup. But before we get into too much of the college football talk, as always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. We also have our pickem going still. The link is in the description below. Join the Discord as well. The link is down there as well. We drop football content on the channel daily. We talk football daily in the Discord. And bragging rights for that pick'em in the description. Lastly, we have a massive giveaway coming at 1,000 subscribers, giving a signed Heisman jersey. So make sure you guys join the community. Hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free for your chance to win that signed Heisman jersey. It's going to be really fun. This channel has been growing tremendously. The community has been growing. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to have the dialogue we have on a daily basis. Obviously, my dad has been gone for the last couple of days. This is going to be the last show that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to be doing solo. And then he's going to be back here this weekend to talk football with us again. I know a lot of you guys miss him. He brings a lot of energy, a lot of hot takes, a lot of crazy dialogue on the channel. So it's going to be fun to get my dad back here after his business trip. But nonetheless, let's get right into it. Tulane, Ole Miss. I've been very vocal about Tulane. Last year, I had a huge bet against USC in that Cotton Bowl matchup. I lost that bet. I did choose USC to win the game, and Tulane pulled off the upset. Obviously, a lot of players in that game on USC side of the ball probably didn't put their best foot forward. Some of them even sat out because of not getting to the playoffs. They weren't motivated to play in that game against Tulane, and Tulane capitalized. Tulane showed up to play, and they deserve all the credit in the world for beating a top 6 to 7 team. I forget what rank USC was at the time in the country. And now they get another opportunity to take down, I would say, an above-average SEC team. Ole Miss is not a bad SEC team by any stretch of the imagination. You have the Georgias, the Alabamas, the Tennessees, the LSUs, and then really you have Ole Miss, Arkansas, and I would say Mississippi State right behind them. So this is a really good SEC team. A lot of 4- and 5-star guys on this roster. Tulane is probably going to be outmatched in terms of expected talent. But as we saw in Labor Day matchup with Duke and Clemson, that doesn't matter. It's whoever comes to play, whatever the better put together team is. And Tulane is a great team. They have a great quarterback in Michael Pratt. He looked good in his showing in week 1. Who did they play in week 1, y'all? Tulane played South Alabama 137-17. Pratt had almost 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. And then he has a receiver in Jaquan Jackson who had 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think the only concern I have with Tulane is their running game. Obviously, they lost their running back to the draft. Mekhi Hughes is going to be a true freshman. He had 40 yards last week. I'm not sure if he's their starter this year. I don't know off the top of my head. I can pull it up for you guys, though, really quick. I know on the other side of the ball, Ole Miss has Quinshon Judkins, who I feel is a top 3 running back in all of college football. So I think with that being said, Ole Miss definitely has the edge here. Running. Jackson Dart is not a slouch when it comes to running as well. So it looks like Hughes is penciled as the starter. They also have Shedro Lewis, who had 9 carries. So they probably split time there. And then Michael Pratt had 11 carries from the quarterback position. But yeah, it's going to be a great game. Ole Miss is coming in favored at a touchdown. And it is at Tulane. I don't know how much credit I give for them having the home field advantage. I've never watched a game that Tulane has had at home. The only Tulane game I've ever watched was the USC matchup. You can call me a casual if you want, but I don't spend too much time watching Group of 5 teams on Saturdays if there's other big time matchups, and that's just the college fan in me wanting to watch the best games that are on and the best games that are available to view. But I'm definitely going to tune into this one. Obviously, outside of the Alabama-Texas game, I think this is the best game available. And I'm going to kind of give 2 perspectives here. I'm going to start off with the Ole Miss perspective. I think with Ole Miss, well, for starters, I think both of these games are statement games for both of these teams. Reason being, I think if Ole Miss, they won 73-7 last week against Mercer. If they're able to blow the doors off of Tulane and let's just say win 45-10, I think they look really good. I think that makes them look really good. Although Tulane is a Group of 5 team, they show that they're not a bad team. They beat USC in the Cotton Bowl last year. So I think we have to give credit where it's due if Ole Miss is able to dominate. If Jackson Dart and Judkins, and they have a receiver who had four touchdowns last week. I think his name is Trey Harris, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Trey Harris. He had 4 touchdowns. So I think if they're able to move the ball up and down the field and stop Tulane at the same time, they deserve some sort of respect. Although it is a Group of 5 team, I still think they deserve respect. They're going to get respect from me because, again, Ole Miss has kind of been that middle of the road to above average team in the SEC. So I would like to see them compete and, push these other top teams in the SEC to the edge. So we'll have to see. But on the Tulane side of things, if they're able to not only beat USC in the Cotton Bowl to round out last year, but then come into this year, week 2, and beat an SEC team who is significantly better on paper, I would say that Tulane not only makes a statement, but if Tulane is able to go undefeated, they might have one of those situations like Cincinnati did a few years back, and they could have serious, conversation and a serious argument to get into that playoff. Especially when you look at their schedule. Let's say they beat Ole Miss this week. There's nobody else on the schedule that I could see really pushing them. The only other team I could see that I would say I would be a little concerned for is the Memphis game. But other than Memphis, maybe UTSA at the end of the year. So I think if they're able to make a statement in this game and let's say win by 17 or something crazy like that, or even win by 10, I think they move up a couple of spots. And as the season progresses, a lot of other teams ahead of them are going to start losing. If they can kind of just maintain pace, keep winning games like Cincinnati did 3 or 4 years ago, or maybe 2 years ago, however long ago it was, they could find themselves in serious talks to get in that playoff spot. I could see in October, November, when they start the playoff rankings, them being, a number 11 or 12 team. And then, come conference championship week, they're number 8 or number 7. And you really don't know because it's the same scenario we ran in with Cincinnati. Cincinnati ran the table the year prior, and then they did it again. So we kind of have to give them some sort of respect at that point because they're beating everyone they're getting put in front of. So very interested to see how this game goes. I do have it a very close game. I think it's a high-scoring game, though. The over-under is at 67. I do think that gets smashed. I think this is a very high-scoring game. I don't see Tulane being able to stop Ole Miss's offense. And Tulane was able to score at will against USC last year. Obviously, USC was a notoriously bad defense last year. But I think with Michael Pratt coming back for another year under his belt, I think they're going to be able to put up points regardless. Ole Miss put up almost 700 yards in week 1. Tulane put up 430 yards. This is going to be an absolute shootout. And it's a 12:30 game. I'm not sure what time the Texas-Alabama game is at because I really hope it doesn't conflict with each other. So I want to be able to watch both games. Texas-Alabama is at 4. So I would urge everyone for the early window to watch this game over the other games because this game is going to be a very good game. I think it has upset potential. Obviously, you guys saw yesterday my video that I put out talking about this game. But I would say if Tulane won this game, it would still be considered an upset because they're a Group of 5 team going against an SEC opponent. So even though their ranks are only 4 spots apart, Tulane is still Ole Miss is still a superior team to Tulane. There's no way that somebody can say with a straight face that Tulane is as good of a team as Ole Miss. So if they're able to win this game, it's because they executed and they game planned well. And that's exactly what happened with USC. USC was more talented than Tulane last year, but they just came to play. They were more motivated in that game, and they just had the better game plan. So they ended up sneaking that win out and shocking the Trojans on national television. So I hope that Ole Miss is able to win this game just because I want more kind of parity in the SEC this year. I want more teams to be able to push the Alabamas, the Georgias, the Tennessees, the LSU. I'm tired of seeing the same teams win over and over. So I would like to see Ole Miss kind of get into the thick of things in the Southeastern Conference. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind seeing Tulane win as well. I'm really torn between the two. I'm going to give my pick in tomorrow's live stream, y'all. So I'm not going to give my pick today. I'm going to make you guys wait. Tomorrow during the live stream at I believe at a 9:30 Eastern, I think we said. If not, just go to our live tab. You'll be able to check what time it is tomorrow. But make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss when we go live. But yeah, this is going to be a hell of a game, y'all. So make sure you guys tune into it. If you guys stuck around this long with me, please do us a quick favor on the channel. Hit that like button. Comment down below what you think about this game, who you got winning. Also subscribe. It's completely free. You have a chance to win a signed Heisman jersey. Again, we go live twice a week, previewing and recapping games. We post out college football content every single day. And if you have any ideas, any suggestions for the channel, what kind of videos you want to see, let us know, please. We're completely open to any and every suggestion from you guys. Again, you guys keep the show running. You guys keep us motivated, wanting to push out this content. So please, your voice is going to be heard. Just let us know what you guys want us to put out. We'll go ahead and do that. But we will see you guys tomorrow at the live show for week 2. I am so excited. College football is officially back. Obviously, my Tigers started off 0-1, but we got Charleston Southern on Saturday. Hopefully, we hang 50 on them. But I will see you guys tomorrow at the live show. Peace out.